Americans are going to match up with Americans,
Yep.
more than once, unless you're playing a team that has two American DBs where they'll probably sit on the side. So, you
Bring him.
know, hey,
Bring
okay,
him.
yeah, that's what I'm talking.
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work in.
What's on ELF fans? Athletes Forum Podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Jamal Clay. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Back with another training camp interviews. And this time we're going to Innsbruck to check out the Tirol Raiders and their new American import that they got. And I welcome him to the show. First time in Europe. We have wide receiver Jacorey Sullivan. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good, man. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you coming and talk some ball a little bit. Read a little bit about your background. Just wanted to dive into it a little bit.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that you come to find out, obviously about your history playing ball at Central Michigan, and then you played in a league a lot of people may not even know about, and
Yep.
that was the Major League of Football in Alabama for the Airborne, and obviously end up getting drafted into the XFL.
Yep.
I guess my first question was obviously along this journey of football, where do you feel like you developed the most at?
Honestly, and this is my truthful answer, I feel like I developed the most away from football. Spending time by myself, because there was a lot of ups and downs to get here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really had to dive deep within myself and my personal, seeing what my wants and needs are as far as football and my career. And it just, like I said, it just took a lot to get here.
Absolutely. And you mentioned this is your first time overseas, so if your growth came from off the field, it's about to even grow a lot further because the European game is different from
Most definitely.
all the leagues that we're accustomed to in America. Talk to me about what's been your welcome to Europe experience been like. Like what was the first thing that I guess had sunk in that? Oh shit! I'm in a different country. I'm in a whole nother league right now.
Just the scenery, like you've been in the mountains, seeing how pure and beautiful everything is around here. Like it was just amazing. I think I got off the plane and met Coach Herm. Well, first of all, me and Coach Eager rode together from Charlotte over to Munich. Once I landed in Munich, he passed me over to Coach Herm, and we rode the shuttle back to Innsbruck. And I just was looking outside the whole time with my camera, like, yo, this is crazy. I'm in Europe. I never even thought I would be out the country. Low-key never wanted to go out the country either until now. But, yeah, man, just the scenery.
Yeah, absolutely. And who would ever thought your first time going out the country would be in the Alps of Austria?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've been to Innsbruck. I've been to Raiders games. I used to play in Switzerland, next country over, and trust me, the Alps, they'll never get old, man. And you play for one of the most historic franchises, historic clubs, historic organizations in all of Europe.
Word.
I'm talking pre-ELF, even back to like the Austrian league. The Raiders have a winning tradition, so to say. And I'm sure, like once you meet the fans, or if you see the facilities and you see how they're run, you'll kind of get that feel. We're in training camp right now. This is a couple weeks away. How's training camp been going for you so far? Obviously, it's different. Football is football, but it's different, obviously, in Europe than these other leagues. How's training camp been going so far?
Most definitely. First and foremost, it's exciting to see how other people play football outside of the U.S. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, what the skill level was like, but it's shockingly like the talent here. It's a couple hidden gems here. Like I feel like a couple of our guys can go over and compete for a spot in whatever league they go to. But training camp has been going well. I've been making some plays. Still a few things to tweak and fix and get better at, but that just comes with the production and how often we practice and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I want to get back to that in a second, but the next question I want to ask is, which European or homegrown has impressed you the most thus far?
Philip Hahn. Philip Hahn has impressed me the most. He's such a great student of the game, and I feel like he's more of a student than I am. So it's kind of inspiring to me, and it makes me want to go harder, just becoming more of a student and honing in on those small details of the game, and then just going hard every day at practice. Like I see that a lot from him. Connor, our quarterback, he's been over here for quite some time. He helped me get accustomed to a lot of the area around here, and even on the field, he's a vocal guy, vocal leader. He pretty much a positive guy too to speak to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor's my guy. We've had some talks.
Yeah.
He's played all over Europe, so he definitely knows the scene. Before I get into you with another question, even though it's just been training camp, which European or homegrown has had the most swag so far?
The most swag. I haven't seen too much swag, but I feel like everybody has their own little thing that they do. Like a couple guys tuck the shirts in, tuck the jerseys in when they play, short socks. I think they pretty much into the visors. Yeah, it's a lot of guys that's wearing colored visors or dark visors, but I feel like we have a bunch of like bodybuilders, so they like to show the muscles more so.
Like I said, the Raiders have always had that tradition of having guys that look like they know how to play football, and like the walk off the bus type of guys.
Richie too. He's another guy that comes to mind. Yeah, Richie's pretty dope. I like him. I call him Gronkowski.
Hey, okay, all right. Shout out to Richie one time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, let me get back to you. Obviously, training camp, we're fine tuning things for the season. You're a big body receiver, 6'3", over 200-some pounds. Where do you feel like you need to keep developing in order to peak once the season hits? Or where are you currently at now?
Right now, I'm just putting it all together. I've been training speed-wise for the past 2 years down in Dallas, Texas, and then trying to, make it correlate with my routes and getting in and out of cuts and stuff like that. So I pretty much say I can get better at being more of a finesse type of receiver. Like, of course, I'm a bigger guy, so I got the strength aspect, but I can get better with quickness and more of my finesse moves.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we talked about Philip Pond and the type of guy he is. They also got Marco Schneider. They got
Marco just got here. Yeah, I almost forgot about Marco. Marco just came along. That's my guy too. He got some swag as well.
And they got Platzkummer there as well. And obviously, you guys are loaded in the running back in the backfield with the trio guys you got there. How do you feel like you personally fit in, not only just to the group of guys, but in this offense? Do you feel like you're more of like an X, one side field type of guy? Do you feel like you work better in the slot? Obviously, I don't want to give away too much of what you guys are doing, but how do you feel like you fit in with the offense with these guys?
Honestly, I fit in wherever I can get in. But for the most part, X receiver, and then later down the line, we can work some stuff out in the slot because AP, Phillip, and all the rest of the guys, they can also go into the X and do some stuff. They're good in the slot as well.
Absolutely. In this league, you'll come to find out that in the position you play, Americans got to match up with Americans, more than once, unless you're playing a team that has two American DBs where they'll probably sit on the side. So, hey, okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was about to ask you, like, how do you feel like most of the time knowing that you're gonna get the other team's top guy, so to say, with matchups?
Me personally, I feel like I've played against some of the better players in regards to football. No knock on those guys. I know there's some talent over here and pretty skillful guys, but I just come with a no-fear mentality. So I'm not worried about whoever is lined up across me. I know I'm going to do my job and perform to the best of my ability.
Absolutely. And you'll know by now, there's a team on the other side of Austria that wears purple that does not go well with the Raider fan base, and that's the Vienna Vikings. I'm not breaking any news here. Raiders have yet to beat the Vikings since entering the ELF. Pre-ELF, different story. It's a historic rival that's carried over into the league. But obviously, that is one of the top goals with the Raiders year in, year out. How does a guy that doesn't know much about the league or doesn't know much about the rivalry come in, fit in with the team, and try to embrace that football rivalry hate, so to say, and keep it competitive as well?
I feel like it is what it is, man. Like, you get somewhere and your team educates you on what's going on and stuff like that. You figure out who the ops is, and that's what it is. So I'm ready. I'm prepared for it. I think we're loaded everywhere across the board. So I feel like we'll come. And God is powerful, bro. Tables turn. So we'll see later down the line.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I think with your team this year is, I'm a fan because like I feel like this team is more balanced than it's been since maybe that first year. Like you have a quarterback that kind of fits in with the system and the guys there.
Definitely.
Three-headed monster at running back. O-line is solid. If there's any question, I'd probably say, what I'm not sure what the defensive line is going to look like, but I know you guys just signed the guy as well. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. But on the flip side of that, you guys got probably the toughest, schedule. Obviously playing Vienna, Ryan Fire, and then the conference schedules as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question would be going into that is, what do you guys got to do to prepare to go in that gauntlet, but also make sure that you guys have the depth to complete the season as well too.
Yep. Biggest thing is just staying together through adversity. Of course it's not going to be easy. We playing, like you said, one of the hardest schedules. I really don't know what it's like, so I'm coming to the situation with an open mind. But I think the biggest thing is just the togetherness of the team. If we were able to stay together and just hone in on every small detail and fix it as we go, then we'll be able to compete and do what we're supposed to do when those tests come up.
Absolutely. How do you feel like you guys are developing and creating that team chemistry off the field?
It was already here when I got here, bro. Like, these guys are so close, man. They welcomed me with open arms, and just, it was all love, man. I feel like I've been here for a year already, you know what I'm saying? And I only been here for 2-3 weeks, so that chemistry is non-questionable. It's already here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have you been to the Rhine yet?
Nope. I haven't been anywhere besides Munich when I got here.
Okay. What do you want to do? What do you want to learn about the city of Innsbruck?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been exploring every chance that I had, so I just grabbed a scooter and just ride around. I seen the Golden Roof. I've been trying all the foods. I did I do want to go skiing, bro. It's the little ski jump up there. I want to do that, but they said it's dangerous and told me not to. I'll probably do it after the season before I go home just because. But I definitely want to go skiing. I definitely want to go to the top of the mountains and see the views up there. We have a team retreat somewhere up at the top of the mountain, so we'll get to experience that pretty soon. And I just want to try some more food, man. The food is amazing.
Food is great, and that's the thing that don't get lost in the import of just you're here for football, because the European experience is about exploring and about going out and understanding the cultures and understanding the people that you're with and the environment and stuff like that. So I always encourage people that are going out for the first time, based on my experiences, that go and experience as much as you can when you can. Obviously, if it makes sense. You're still here, you're still getting paid to play football. I get that. But on your bye weeks, if you got a day or two and you could catch a train to Munich or go to Zurich or whatever, definitely take advantage of that as well. I always recommend. And I don't know if it's still there. I told Aaron Maddox this.
Okay.
But go check out this Mexican spot called I forgot the name already. Machete. Yeah.
Okay, I have a friend. She they just sent me like a flyer. They got like 10-cent tacos on Saturday, this Saturday. Okay. Hopefully it's that spot that you're talking about.
Hopefully, most definitely.
But I got you though. You said what is it called again?
Machete.
Machete? Like the knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
like a burrito spot. Let me ask you this, because you're again coming here for the first time. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. It didn't hit me. I was in another country until I actually landed in Zurich, and I didn't know. I started seeing different languages. What research did you do? What research did you do on the ELF before coming over here?
Of course, learning the teams. I spent a lot of time watching like all the game highlights on YouTube, and honestly, that's pretty much it. I did review Innsbruck just to see what's around and how it looks out there, but I just was like, God is leading me here, so I'm not worried about anything. Just come with an open mind and be a sponge, pretty much.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's a league that I'm sure you're learning is growing fast, and
Yep.
marketing is crazy. You got guys like Tom Suler, Del Rio over here. Obviously, your coach Herman has got NFL and big college experience, so it's definitely growing. Outside the team on the other side of the country in purple, what other team or what other country are you looking forward to playing
I
or
heard he played
seeing?
in Madrid over there in Spain or
Yeah,
whatever. I want to go over there. I'm really excited to see everybody on the schedule. All of this stuff is foreign to me,
yeah.
so I want to go everywhere and experience all that I can there. So
Absolutely. And you got a great fan base, so they'll definitely gotta embrace you and enjoy, what you could bring to the table. Obviously, it helps the team. They're all for it.
yep,
Obviously, your first week I think is Munich, but that first home game is, I think, for me, is something I always look forward to. And I was, back in my day. But
yeah.
what are you looking forward to? Just like when the games start rolling, whether it's an away game or a whole game, like what are you looking forward to outside just the normal competition?
Literally, um, I just want to see how like the fans react to the players and seeing what goes on in the crowd and just the different setups and different stadiums and stuff like that. Also the sceneries, bro. I'm a big scenic guy,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I love whenever the scenery is right. It's pretty dope. Um, that's pretty much it. As far as the competitive side, I'm just excited to see guys make plays.
Absolutely. And like I said, we're only a couple weeks away, so that
Yeah,
first game that's coming up is definitely gonna be an exciting one. Going up against a team that again, you weren't part of the team, but this was a team that
yeah,
they lost to last year, and obviously into the playoffs. So I'm sure this might be turning into a potential rivalry. I don't like to just throw that around, uh, but based on like what the history that this has been brewing, it's definitely turned into one. But hey, man, last question I got for you, and I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been cool chopping it up with you for these 15 minutes that we had. But
yes,
what's
sir.
uh, what, what's your message to the fan base? Not just like about the season and stuff, but either getting to know you and getting to know the type of player you are, in the season that you're looking forward to having. What would be your message to the fan base?
Um, I'm ready to ball out, man. I'm ready
Yeah,
to exalt myself on the field and show you guys what I'm capable of doing, as well as us from a team standpoint and seeing how far we can take it. I want to get that championship ring and bring it back home to the Tirol Raiders. So that'll be my message.
most definitely, most definitely. Hey, wide receiver Jacorey Sullivan, your
Yes, sir.
Raiders American import on the offensive side. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming on, and I'm pretty sure this won't be the last time we chop it up, man.